Question from the Benny. He's in his mid-20s. Should I move out and pay rent or continue investing 50% of my income and live with my parents as long as possible? This one needs some life advice, guys.
Okay.
Bo's reaction to that was even better than I was expecting.
Okay, because this one, I feel so tormented on this one. So, okay, let me think through this. I'm going to speak to Benny, and I'm going to let you probably talk to his folks, right? Look, it's great if you have a circumstance where you can live at below market rent or nothing. That's pretty good financial planning for you if you are then utilizing that saved money to build up your financial future. If you're in a circumstance where you can stay on somebody else's health insurance until a certain age instead of having to pay for your own health insurance, and you can then take that savings and be able to take that and apply it somewhere else, that's good financial planning on your part. However, you have to make sure that you are staying disciplined enough that if you are taking advantage of some of those things, like parental subsidized rent or parental subsidized health insurance or parental subsidized cell phone or parental subsidized whatever, that money that you're not spending on those necessities isn't just going to lifestyle. It isn't going for you to just go out, have fun, live the life of Riley. It's actually you building up a foundation for when you do launch. I'm going to stop there, Brian, because I think the advice for maybe the parents might be a little bit different.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to bring it down to the basics here is that a fulfilled life is a purposeful life. And one of the things I think about, if you reverse engineered this, one of the things we work with people all the time on our wealth management business is that once you're over a certain age and a certain level of success, you don't run up the scoreboard. That's why you diversify your assets. That's why you pay down debt, even if it's at a low interest rate, is because you're trying to approach retirement from a more balanced approach. Well, I would bring this back to the beginning of the process, is that if we're telling you to slow it down, to be more conservative, don't run up the scoreboard when you're older, for the younger person, I would ask you this, is like, yes, you have the opportunity to save 50% of your income, but I don't want you to get to the threshold of your 30s and go, what do I have to show for my 20s? And I'm not talking about net worth and balance sheet of your life is going to be important, but it's also going to be on, you look back and go, is that the way that my 50-year-old self is going to look back and go, man, I'm so glad that in my 20s, this is the way I did it. And if you are staying in the parents' house, you might be missing out. You're going to have a boatload of money sitting there, but you might realize as an older person with plenty of money, but not a lot less time in your future, that maybe I'd have done my 20s a little differently. And that's what I always tell people. And here's an experience share I have. I was in college. I took my first finance class because I was a finance major, and I was like, this is too easy. If I stay on this path, I'm going to be cold calling all my middle income relatives who are not going to hire me because I don't have any rich friends or any rich relatives.
And all your baseball coaches growing up.
And all, that's going to last all of 2 weeks. I'm going to be, so this major is too easy. I'm probably going to be unemployed. I'm going to be back in the parents' house. So in college, I actually switched my major from finance to accounting because I looked around the University of Georgia. I said, what degree will give me a guaranteed job? And the only job that the major I could see in Georgia in the business school was every accounting major that graduated at the University of Georgia had a job when they left. Yeah. And I was like, that will give me insurance that I'm not going to stay in the house with my parents. And the reason I wanted to get out is because I had some college buddies, and I wanted to get out there and live on Peachtree Street with my college buddies and start, building this life. Stuff, yeah. And then that led to, because once you have that part, then led to some of the things that led me on the journey of take more risk of starting my first company. How do you go on the life journey of, just like we talk about the 10,000 hours to build expertise in your profession, I think there's also 10,000 hours of you transitioning. And I see it going on with my oldest daughter right now. She's in college already. In only the year that she's off at school, I'm seeing that from high school student to now college student, she's a different person.
She's grown up a
So
ton.
I'm telling you, just like you're going, if you leave the house, look, I lived in my parents' house after graduation for like 2 to 3 months so I could afford the recliner without financing the furniture. But after that, because I think that you need to have time outside, away from your parents, so you become who you are as an independent person, to know what makes you tick, knows what, really what drives you. So then you can enter the next stage to figure out, am I taking more risk starting a business? Am I taking more risk by bettering myself? In my career path, you're not going to know that if you've insulated yourself so much that you're not challenging yourself. So I am turning it upside down. Older clients, we're trying to mitigate risk and take it off the table. Younger people, I'm telling you, get out there and explore, figure out what you're the world's best at, figure out how you build adventure into your life so that when your 50-year-old self, your 60-year-old self goes, man, job well done. I'm glad that you took those risks. I'm glad you got yourself outside that comfort zone when you did.